Good morning, afternoon, maybe it is afternoon by now. This is the nature trail I was talking about. I don't know if I want to call him Stanley and Victor, maybe. So we'll be segueing along this path, and all these arches and all these trees are now wrapped in Christmas lights. Oh, this is one of them I was after. So the park closes today at 5. Spinning, seeing what I can get here. So as we're passing these little signs, I'll let them stop and take a picture if they want to or whatever. But then we head out. You can see they got Christmas lights all up and around the cedars. Yada yadas. And I'll be, after this one tour, telling people about Swamp Tupelo and the black gum tree. I'm sure there's a legend to go with that shit. And the natural aspects of how cedar trees grow, how they are so very dense that they are impervious to insects from the outside. But, osprey, my favorite birdie. How that in their decline they rot from the inside. And that's how they then collapse and croak. You can see all the holes at the base roots. That one's really gnarly. And the green anole. There's a green lizard. Looks like that guy. Somewhere out here. There are turtles. And according to Eric, my boss and the owner of Myrtle Beach Segways, where there's turtles, there's gators. So where there's gators, there's probably snakes. So there's probably snakes, and coyotes in and amongst and around through this habitat. And onward we go. There's a little pull off around over here. I've ridden this thing on the bicycle several different times. Eastern gray squirrel. But I didn't feel like pulling the bicycle off the back of the car just for a short jaunt. I gotta go back. Haven't had breakfast yet. Gotta go back and make something to eat. And looking at the Carolina wren. I'm spending a moment on these because then I'm going to read them myself. And sometimes instead of stopping and pausing, I just read it in the time allotted. You think there's any crawdads? You think there's crawdads, Granddad? If there's turtles, there's crawdads. And on and around I go. The leaves are falling oh so fallishly. It's really nice out today. If you wanna believe it, next week is Thanksgiving, and it's going to be 67 degrees today in Little River. The willow. Yeah. I'm not seeing much of a willow in the vicinity of the willow sign. Guess it's way back in there somewhere, looking at the canopy here. Take a little spin a loop. So yeah, they got the granny bench here. If somebody wants to sit and soak, which is very cool. This is all new build, as you can see. Fresh wood, the American holly tree is yonder's here somewhere, right there, I bet. That one kind of flopped over. More gnarly tree bases with trees growing out of the trees. Man, I could spend a photograph. See, if they went around this guy. This is why we have the spinny out, because this monster's here. What a shot. Oh, I'm going to get people with this. This is a $5 freaking tree out of everybody. Oh, yeah. And then we have the amphibian life, which includes the wood frog and the spring peeper. Can hear the traffic. It's not a dead silent environment. Of course, you know, there's roads everywhere. We do have the old raccoon. And they like those gnarly knots in the trees. And more Christmas lights and more Christmas lights and more Christmas lights. It's a maze of Christmas lights. The last time I was through here, the lights were on. So I think today is the grand flashing. They're making all the finals. There's some race going on. I'm not going to take part in a bicycle race. I got other stuff to do. But it was very cool. They go like 30, 40 feet deep. My favorite fly in the world, the old dragonfly. My main killer. But yeah, that's about as deep. That guy there is where they wrap the lights that kind of out. So it's really pretty. Oh, that's what those are. Blue-tailed skinks. And yeah, sure, bats. Standing water, mosquitoes, bats. And yeah, standing water. And rhizomes. We can see these popping from the turf. Because this is a tidal estuary, water comes up quite often and the roots aren't able to breathe, so they stick up snorkels. And that's how they breathe in times of high water. And we're just about at the end of this little presentation. I don't know how many minutes I'm running here because I'm not wearing my glasses. Telling about a little bit of vegetation here as the cattails and bulrushes. Oh, got some trash. I wonder, can I get that before they get here? Maybe tomorrow. We have the pileated woodpecker. Two, three more at the end of the trail. Red fox. Yellow-bellied sapsucker. And a slash pine placard. And while I'm here, I can show you also just a photo or a short pan around of the emptiness that is both Go Ape over here. But now it's the Great Christmas Light Show. I'm walking through the canopy of awesome. And there's, oh, I got some of these on. I got that Christmas tree on. And there's a big old huge center pole tree over on the other side. Okay, so there's some of the Go Ape catwalks and so forth up in the trees. And I'm sure they've got other stuff around through all that area back there. Go Ape. Sign there, right there. Maybe I can get us some free tickets through a barter exchange for Go Ape. And also hi, don't know. Where am I holding it? Is this a selfie? Is this how you do a selfie? Is this what I do? I don't know. These things confuse me. And then this they call the shark wake. Like I said, it's a automated pull you along. There's one of the pulley hookers right here. There's your start of dock A2, and you can see you're connected to not a zip line, a pulley line, and this is the in and abouts, and the lines go around and take you zippity zipping, and you can either wakeboard, I think, or ski. I'd have to look into that more, but it goes on around the corner a little bit out and back. And then for extra money, you can do the ramps, jumps, rails, and while somebody is doing all that, the adults or whoever else is not skiing nature can spend time at the Shark Tank, which is the beverage location, adult beverages included. And again, there are turtles out here. Last summer, Eric was saying that they did have to close the place until they pulled the gator. One found its way in, but that is unacceptable for tourism. And then just beyond that tree line there, you can see that's where the noise comes from. I think that might be 9 or 31, or I don't think it's 17, but maybe. I'm not real good with my road numbers here yet. And we do follow around this. We take the people on the loop, segueing along the whole round, and then come back out over at Ardelio. So this too is part of the Segway tour. And this tour is coming to an end. So enjoy the day. Let me see, can I hear a bird? Yeah, there's two talking back and forth between my left hand and my right hand. Hope you can hear them. I'll talk to you soon.